All right,
Um,
good.
so yeah, so and then there was Cyber something. I'm so sorry, I don't
Cyborg
see
works.
names.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's for. Your socials, yourself. What's up, buddy?
Yeah. So I have been with OPSCANS since starting because I helped OPSCANS grow make a website and stuff in the starting. I'm their main cleaner. I do typesetting and I do coloring as well. I am an all-rounder in the team and help other people.
No
My
way. You so
socials are
you're a
the same.
founder. You're a
Yeah.
founder of OPScans.
Yeah.
That is amazing, bro. So when did you guys start? Like what kind of what inspired you to start a fan website dedicated to One Piece?
Yeah, in August 2022, Inferno, if you know Inferno, he's our main founder. He with his friend came to me. I used to post toy animation style One Piece drawings on Twitter. He DM'd me like, "Yo, you wanna join our team and make some fire chapters?"
Yeah,
So yeah, I
wow.
joined and I included One Piece finals with me, and we have been here.
Okay, so here, you guys are all three of you guys are artists for one OPScans, which is really sick. My question for you guys is mainly um how has I don't know how to explain this. How has doing art for One Piece affected your enjoyment of the show? So we'll start again with Zub. You. How has doing the art and being an artist affected your enjoyment of One Piece?
Um, I would say, to put it simply, it's made me enjoy One Piece even more. Um, Mostly because I get to bring these black and white, 2D, two-dimensional panels to life and make them just look honestly amazing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it for me.
Okay. And
It's
Wes, what about you? Like, how has it changed? How has it evolved your love for the show?
So really, like when I first started, I started not coloring for OP scans whenever I first started doing manga drawings and stuff like that. So like I did it kind of for my personal enjoyment for like the first half. And then looking at like the community and like sharing it with the community to see that the happiness of like it brings for everybody else, including myself, like bringing something to life that's something that so many people enjoy is kind of like it's kind of surreal in a way. So like giving back to the community is something that I really appreciate and sharing kind of like my talent with them and like being able to bring that alive. Like that's I think that makes me like appreciate it a lot more
Yeah.
than I originally did because I was just trying to catch up and now like I'm doing color drawings for color chapters to stuff that hasn't been released yet.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah, now you're
it's kind
seeing
of
it
a
before most of the people, and you're the guy who gets to put the image of what Luffy looks like this time in somebody's head.
yeah.
Like you're
Yeah,
that guy, which
that's
is awesome.
it's a lot of pressure, and I'm sure I can speak for all three of us. But like
Yes.
trying to bring that to life for so many people that appreciate the same manga that I do,
Yeah.
it's definitely. I feel like it's like an honor, and like it makes me appreciate the show and the anime and the manga as much more than just anybody else
Yeah,
personally.
wow. And for you, Cyber, what about you as an artist? Like,
If
for
I tell
example,
for
you're noticing the tiny little details of One Piece. Like, example, one day last week, I called Wes and I was like, "Hey, dude, I'm coloring this panel, and I don't know what this thing is. It kind of looks like Luffy, but it also looks like a meatball. Like, what is this?" And he knew right away that's Luffy. So as artists, you guys are noticing these tiny little details throughout the manga, throughout the source material. So has that like upgraded how much you love the show, like by these fine little details he's leaving throughout the story?
Yeah, honestly, if I tell, I haven't read the last five chapters because I am always cleaning them. Then I get, then when I reread them, so it feels like I have already read them once. It is no use to read them twice. So I have been able to enjoy them.
Yeah.
Like after in the next month, I will just reread them whole as a new experience.
Oh, that yeah. See, that's good. So when you're saying you're cleaning them, what do you mean by cleaning them?
Like there is a guy in Japan which sends us the rose. Uh,
Okay.
the those are yellow messy pages. So we convert them into black and white, straighten them so the
Oh.
lines are all straight and stuff
Is that done through software or are you doing that by hand?
through Photoshop.
Okay, okay, beautiful. Yeah, yeah. I was just wondering because, like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. I when I see the scans on like Reddit or whatever it is, like they're so yellowy, like it literally looks like a scan. But then
Yeah.
when it's on OPSCANs, it's a very white page, very dark black lines, and then the colors are beautiful. So
Yeah.
I also wanted to know how you guys came to start not watching One Piece, because I think it's fairly common that you just start. But when did you guys start loving One Piece? Like what moment was it that you said, I'm committed to the show, basically? Like I'm watching the show until it's done. We could start with Cyber again. Yeah, we'll go backwards this time.
Yeah, when I saw that Nami scene, I was hooked onto it because I watched Dragon Ball Z in my in my childhood. So I
Yes.
felt that nostalgia, that old type of animation, and I was like, I have to complete this right now. But it took me 5 months.
Oh wow! And are you talking about the Nami scene at in the East Blue with the hat?
Yeah.
Yes, I understand. I was talking with my girlfriend like a few weeks ago, and she said the same thing. She got to Skypiea, and she said, "When I saw Luffy put the hat on Nami, I knew this show was different." And you too, which is awesome. For you, Wes, what was the moment that made you go, "I'm in love with One Piece"?
It was definitely Arlong Park, bro. Like I think Arlong Park was where it kind of like solidified it for me. And then a little bit after Skype, I had I lived with two other roommates in college, and both of them watched One Piece. And I think they were, when I first started, they were in either a little bit past Skype or Dressrosa. I forget where specifically where it was, but like they were ahead, and like they kind of loved to see the journey that I had personally.
Yes.
But like after basically Arlong got the smoke from Luffy is kind of like where it solidified it for me, because like taking care of people that you really care about is kind of like a common trope in One Piece, and I just really enjoyed that. That's kind of like where it solidified it for me.
It's beautiful. Like the amount of love that comes across through character interactions, and how that can like leak into our real world, where like I'm a fan of One Piece, you're a fan of One Piece, and we can just instantly be friends over that. It's world changing what the show can do. Like it's so funny. And then for you, Zub, what was the moment that made you go, I'm a One Piece fan?
All right. Well, for me, the moment I would say was definitely the I want to live moment in Enies lobby. A mix between that and when Usopp shoots down the flag,
Oh
the world government
yes.
flag. Because
Well, we don't know if it's Usopp. Sniper King.
yeah, Cyber
I
King.
don't know
My
who's
bad.
under the mask.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah, like I understand all of those moments. Arlong Park was a very, very game changing arc. You have the Nami scene, which had high stakes now, and then the Robin scene, which it grew the world. Like it wasn't no longer like Luffy versus this one team of bad guys. It's Luffy versus the entire world government now.
Exactly.
And it like wow, how beautiful that our writer and our storyteller can continue to up these stakes 20 years later, right? Like Enies Lobby came out like 6 years ago, or 6 years after. 20 years later, poof, it's still like amazing. We're in Egghead right now, and I want, like, for these last 15-20 minutes, however long we're going to spend, I want to know how you guys feel about Egghead. I'm going to start it off with one sentence, and I hope you guys can understand. I feel like Egghead is Impel Down 2.0. How do you guys feel about this? Zub, go for it.
Well, like about the statement that you made about
we're in an Impel Down 2.0.
I'd like to know why you say that, first of all.
Okay, I'm saying that because Impel Down was right after a huge culmination of our story, and then we had like a little bit of lore drop through oh my god, what's that ghost island called? Whatever, the ghost
Thriller Bark.
Thriller Bark, yes. There was like a lot of lore dumping, world dumping in there, and then we get to Impel Down, where it's the build up to this giant war that we're about to be witness to, and we didn't even know that we were essentially going to be witnessing such a big war. We thought it was just going to be a prison break. Yeah. I think that Egghead is similar in a way where we don't actually know what the consequences of Egghead are going to be, but we do know that Egghead is leading up to something huge.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you in that sense. I think the Egghead is definitely like kind of like the build-up arc. I mean, it is the first arc in the final saga.
True.
So it's definitely building up. It's setting up all these major events that are going to happen. either soon or later down the line.
Yeah. And for US, how about that? How about you? You agree? You disagree? I don't know how you feel.
I think I'm gonna put it like this. I agree that's similar to Impel Down, but I think it's gonna make Marineford look like a child's game. Like I think it's gonna make it look
Yes.
like there's gonna be so many things that there's so many things on Egghead that are setting up. Like we have Cross Guild. Like I was saying, this is like my headcanon. Like maybe Cross Guild's gonna pull up, maybe the Grand Fleet's gonna pull up in the newest chapter if you haven't watched it already.
Yeah.
Blackbeard, like there's so many more like culminations of things that are just setting up, and I think it's going to make Marineford look like child's play. So I'm really excited to see how it's going to.
Hopefully it does, because the stakes that were Marineford were freaking astronomical. So we have to get above that. And I'm not gonna lie, if it's just save Vegapunk, like save Stella, I don't know, because I don't really care that much about Stella yet. It has to be something bigger than just save somebody we don't care about. Like,
I agree.
Luffy getting captured, possibly, and then now the whole Straw Hats have to save him. Like, there's so many possibilities you can go. For you, Cyber, do you agree that we're in like a game-changing, story-changing arc, similar to Impel Down?
Yeah, I think so, because I feel like in the next 20 to 30 chapters, Oda is gonna throw every mystery. Like we have so many mysteries in One Piece. Like he's gonna throw in every small detail and every big mysteries in there, and solve them. In the next 20 to 30 chapter, he must have solved around 10% of the mysteries itself. I feel like that.
Yeah, I understand. Like, especially with the devil fruits and everything. Like, he lore dumped a lot about how devil fruits are working, right? And then there was more dumping about Ohara and like the Buster Call, which we may be getting another Buster Call. Like, there's so much that is being dumped now that it's all a possibility too. Like, it's pretty interesting. And then this is something for all three of you guys, so you guys can chat amongst yourself for this. But I really want to know how the color selection process comes to be for you guys. How do you select the color of the hair, skin tones, move sets, animals, outfits? How do you guys come up with these colors? Where do you get them from?
All right, so I'll answer this one. So basically, in the OPSCANS staff Discord, we have kind of like a color schemes text channel where we post all different color schemes from the outfits of the characters to even just the color scheme of Egghead Island.
Wow. Okay. And are these colors being picked from like previous like things you've seen in the past, like for example Luffy's outfits, or the background at Big Mom's Island? Like, you're trying to figure out where the colors come from in the story?
So the way that do you want to answer this, Cyborg?
Yeah, like after every 10 chapters or so, the weekly Shonen Jump cover comes out, and there some of the colors are revealed, like Luffy's dress, which has red and yellow combination.
Okay.
And we look at most of the stuff which is already there, and some which we put by ourselves, because we are on a journey to color every One Piece chapter in the next week that it comes out by us.
Wow. Yeah, I have been seeing that. Like 4 days after a chapter is released, poof, you guys are on it, which is really, really, really good. Like, that's crazy. So yeah, like this is our open discussion now. Like, if you guys have any questions for me, if you guys just want to shoot the shit about One Piece, like, I have a question. Like, you Zub said something about the Cross Guild. How did that play out for you guys? Because that was out of nowhere. That came out of left field. Like, poof. 3 of these powerhouses are working together now, setting bounties on Marine's head. What is going on, bro? We're not in One Piece. We're in Two Piece now.
Yeah.
During that time when the Cross Guild chapter came out, we only had 2 or 3 chapters for the OPSCANs. It was pretty early for us, and at that time, if you don't know, we didn't edit the pictures that were sent to us. We used to redraw them over them. We used to trace them.
Oh, wow.
So they were pretty messy.
So a lot of extra work now, too.
Yeah, we hired like 20 artists and gave them all a page. Sometimes 5 artists were absent, so others are just keep on drawing and drawing.
So, okay, so let's say you guys drop a panel or a picture, like a page, and Luffy's outfit, you guys had decided it was going to be yellow and purple. And then the panel comes out, and it's actually confirmed to be yellow and red. Do you retroactively change it, or do you change it for the future?
Yeah, so when the new cover came out for the new magazine, it shows a picture of Luffy and of Vegapunk.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, like, you know, Luffy's always mostly had red outfits. You can see
Yes.
that in Wano. You can see that in basically almost everything. But for the Vegapunk, it was a little bit different. We tried to kind of guess, I guess you could say, like what he would probably wear at the time. We were kind of close, but like retroactively, we look at that and then we tried to, you know, adjust it to it. Especially when the Gear 5 came out, everybody like had their different things about Gear 5.
Oh, did
so
you
we tried to
guys
change-
color Gear 5 like when it was coming out?
Only I did. At that time, OPSCANS was not formed, so every
Mhm.
independent artist like us, we colored them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I think it came out whenever Shanks made his appearance in Wano, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was like
yes.
at that time.
Okay, yeah. So, whatever, like maybe not four, maybe 6 or 7 chapters after that. I see what you're saying. But like there was a lot of talk about Luffy being like orange hair or white hair with like purplish. I like the white with a purple, but the orange was really cool too. So, what color did you guys select at first, like for Luffy's
Yeah.
hair?
Just at the time the chapter dropped by TCB, I colored it in like 2 days, and it was so amazing. I used to redraw it at that time too. I didn't know about the coloring thing that we can just color over it.
Yeah.
So I used to redraw time at that time too. So it was pretty good for me at that time. I selected the same that Grace did in
Okay.
her panel. Yeah, the red yellow, but I went for a little blue hair theme, which seemed to
Nice.
be correct right now.
Yeah.
And then I colored it recently, and you can actually see in the VC chat I dropped it. But that's kind of like up to interpretation, especially with the transition of Luffy into Gear 5.
Yeah.
There's still kind of some gray area about that, but you know, I think it's more kind of like a transformation of his whole body. So
A transformation of what? Sorry.
like his whole body, like just like
Yes.
like even the hair, like there's like a bunch of theories and discussion about color choices about that too.
Yeah, because I was seeing a lot of talks about it being like an orangish kind of color. So when it came out to be like white purplish, I was actually a little let down because I thought the white purple would come later as another form, like another Gear 5 form or whatever.
Yo, when this panel that he dropped, the first panel when Gear 5 was just transforming in the last panel, when it came out on Instagram, it was a theory by OP Finals that it's gonna be Haki because we all saw that Haki Gear 5, that awakening thing in the past, like fan arts and stuff. So I colored it like Armament Haki and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, so he was covered in armament. Okay, because
Yeah.
you
Bear
didn't
Grylls
know what was
2.0.
going on. Yeah, nobody knew what was going on with Gear 5. Like, kind of
Yeah.
just showed up. Very, very fun. So, for my last and final question with you guys, I like to ask this question because this is why I do the podcast, and it's to have this be answered by every individual possible. Cyber, what do you think the One Piece is?
I have seen a theory by Arthur on YouTube channel. I think it's 90% of it is true. Definitely true. It's gonna be then 10% that Oda gives a special spice to it that makes it a perfect series.
So, what does he say that the One Piece is? I'm not too sure with it.
It is a full series of I think 6 hours. He tells that the final One Piece is sake. Like
Like a cup
from the
of-
starting, yeah.
Nice. Wow.
From the starting of the cover pages, all used to have sake at that island. So he shows that sake is the main thing that Luffy is gonna use at the end to bring all the people of the world together and bring world peace through
Wow.
sake.
Okay, so it's either a bottle of sake or a large sake cup. However, sake comes to play. Sake is the theme of the One Piece. That's what you agree with?
Yeah, like when we saw that Roger and Whitebeard scene at in the past during
Yes.
those Wano chapters,
Yes.
they also used to have those large cup of sake.
Huge cup. And then
And-
what's his name? Shanks has a huge cup too that he brought to see Whitebeard.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot.
So it definitely has a huge role, and it is in front of our eyes, but we cannot figure it out. It was eye-opening for me at that time.
Yeah, wow. Okay, and for you, Zub, what do you think the One Piece is?
I also think it's sake. I saw that video as well, and
Okay.
I agree with pretty much everything you guys just said. The video is really convincing. If you've seen it, I don't know if you
There's
have.
so many convincing theories out there. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know Chestnut Tanuki. She made one where it's like it's a horn that can produce food, and I was like, that oddly makes so much sense. You have to watch her video. It was really, really good. So that's two people who think it's a cup of sake. I've heard the cup of sake before. And for you, Wes, what do you think that the One Piece is?
Okay, so I think this is kind of tied in with Luffy's dream in some way. So I think the One Piece is whatever Luffy's dream is, and that's gonna be my. I'm gonna die on that hill. I think
Oh,
the One Piece is literally Luffy's dream.
so okay. Here, let me ask you a question on that then. Is the One Piece something that can change because dreams are a physical force in the One Piece world?
So I think there's an SBS with Oda that he said that the One Piece is actually a physical thing. I don't think I could be wrong, but I believe there was an SBS where he did state that it was a physical thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, I think that's going to be on that island specifically. There's a reason why the world government does not want anybody to find the One Piece. And I think that's connected to Luffy's dream, and we've delayed that for over 1,000 chapters. We don't know what Luffy's dream is.
Yeah.
Everybody does, and we're the only ones that the audience doesn't know what Luffy's dream is, and obviously it's very important. So I think the One Piece is Luffy's dream.
Wow. Okay. Whatever Luffy's dream is, that's
Whatever
what
it
the
is.
One Piece is.
Yep, that's the One Piece.
Wow. Okay. Well, if you guys want to, just drop your socials one last time, I want to say thank you very much for coming on. Cyber, you?
Yeah, my socials are the same. Cyborg works on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. It's Cyborg works. CYBORGWORKS.
Beautiful. And Wes?
If you want to find, I do time lapses on my TikTok. It is Wes, one word, ITISWES, and then my Twitter, which you probably see most of my artwork. It is Wes1212.
And for you, Azub?
Yeah, you can catch me on Twitter at @_XUB__, and I'll also be in the OPSCANS official server if anybody needs anything.
Yeah. Wow.
Me and Wes usually color in there, so yeah, feel free to join up if you see us in VC.
I will, and I try to. So everybody, please check out their socials. They are down below. And thank you very much for coming on, guys. I'm going to continue with the chapter discussion, and I will definitely hit you guys up later for sure.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a good day.
See you, bro.
You, bro.
Sweet.